years ago, an event was started with the hope that it would become a holiday tradition. Well, welcome to the 12th annual Vendor Luncheon. We have much to celebrate this year, from major construction projects to reclaimed water systems. This year brought us a wide range of interesting and challenging work. So let's take a look at a few projects that we accomplished together.
My name is Kathleen Yurchak. I'm a Community Services Manager for the Community Services Department. This past November, we completed the Regional Food Storage Project, and it was a collaboration with Open Heart Kitchen and 7 other nonprofit organizations that were food pantries, and they needed additional storage space for donated food, and so we installed 3 different units, refrigerator, freezer, and dry storage. We worked with our city's operations services staff, and they basically graded a space that was made available for the units. We had to meet ADA accessibility requirements, and so we had to work with our city's engineering department to make sure that the units were accessible. And so they were actually done in a very unique manner where they were recessed into poured cement. We have 7 nonprofit organizations who have shown interest in using the 3 storage units. Primarily, they are Open Heart Kitchen, Tri-Valley Haven, Interfaith Sharing, and several other small food pantries that are related to faith-based organizations. They will be storing dry goods, so any canned items, then fresh produce, and then mostly meats for the holiday time. Open Heart Kitchen does get a large donation during the fair time, and so they will be storing and freezing their donations in those units.
The city is always concerned with being a good steward of the earth and its resources. Every effort is made in all aspects of our work to manage and conserve the natural resources we work with every day. And one of the most precious of them all is water.
Well, there's just not very much of it. Managing water is important to the city because we have a limited supply of it. You know, the city's recently adopted climate action plan mandates that we have a 20% reduction in our water use, our overall water use, by 2020. I suspect by the time 2020 rolls around that requirement's going to be 30% reduction in water use. We're simply running out of water. We've got more people, we have more uses, we have a finite amount of water.
So Pleasanton has wanted to get in the recycled water business for quite a while. Well, we recycle that asset and we reuse it again. It helps us meet our environmental needs, but it also helps us meet our water supply needs.
It can be purified by a variety of different means. Normally the recycled water that the city uses and Hacienda Business Park Owners Association uses is tertiarily treated water. That means it's gone through 3 different treatment cycles before we get it. It's still not suitable for human consumption, but plants seem to like it. As long as the salt content's not too high or the total dissolved solids in the water is not too great, we can use it. Plants like it, and it saves a lot of water.
One of the largest construction projects of the year revolves around one of the most used facilities in the city.
Right now we're working on the renovation of the Dolores Bankson Aquatic Center, the west side of the facility. The project was necessary because the facility is over 40 years old, and it was time. With the amount of patrons that come through the doors every year, it's seen its share of wear and tear, and it was necessary. Typically on a regular day, the pools are used anywhere from 4:45 in the morning all the way till 9:30 at night.
The scope of the work is primarily based upon replacing some of the old pump systems and heating systems that have been in place for many years. We are replacing all of the pool decking around the 25-meter and the training pool. We're actually going to remove the diving pool and incorporate the diving structure into the 25-meter pool in an L-shaped configuration. In addition to that, we're going to add on to the building, creating a little maintenance area that's covered to house not only the pool equipment but also some storage facilities for our staff. and move around some of the existing electrical equipment as well.
We started by pumping out all the water in the diving pool, swimming pool and training pool. We demolished the old maintenance building. We demolished in the old diving pool, and we cut down the walls of the swimming pool and demolished all the decks. Well, the walls of the pools when we demolished them were a little thicker than we anticipated, and the rain in the last couple of weeks has been playing a role in slowing us down.
The existing 25-meter pool was estimated to be about 8 inches in thickness for the concrete, and it turned out to be about 27 inches in thickness, which obviously required special equipment to get through to do the removal of the top of the pool. Some of the changes that will be made to the pool during this construction process is not only incorporating the L-shaped configuration or the diving pool into the 25-meter, but we're also adding ADA access to both the 25-meter pool and the training pool. We'll have stairs on the east and west side of the 25-meter pool that were not previously there, and a full-length set of stairs on the west side of the training pool. Our primary focus of this project is to completely renovate the deck area and the pool area to bring it up to current codes, and we will be doing some additional work within the building and the parking lots as well, but again, the swimming pool area is our primary focus for the project.
The city is an ever-changing and evolving environment, an exciting and challenging place to work, with new opportunities for growth that make working here even better.
Well, the biggest organizational change that we had during this last year was a new classification called Operation Services Technician. And basically, it's a combination of all the trades that we have at the yard, buildings, streets, parks, fleet, all of that combined into a generalist classification that allows the different divisions to share people, even including utilities. It's been great for the department because, you know, with the economic conditions, it's even affected Pleasanton. They want us to do more with less, and our department has stepped up to the plate, and we've combined forces. At certain times of year, certain divisions are busier than other times. This allows us to share personnel and assets, and it's really been a great thing, I think, not only for the city, but for the people as well. Because the maintenance people throughout the yard now have more opportunity to learn more trades and advance in different areas. And I think as we do this longer and longer, it's going to be a great thing for their career in the future. Well, we hired 8 new employees, which is really unusual for us to have that many openings at one time. But we did have a lot of people that retired because they'd been here for many years. So last year was pretty lean. We ran with quite a few less because hiring 8 people is a big task. They went throughout the yard. We have some in the sign shop with streets. We have some in the regular streets division, quite a few in the parks division, and also in support services.
My experience has been great. It's a great place to work and good people to work with, and a lot of growth and opportunity at working here.
My experience here working for the city of Pleasanton has been rewarding, challenging, demanding, and very fulfilling.
The previous companies, they don't have the same camaraderie, same social settings. And this is different type. It's a little bit different type of work, but the people that you work with make it a lot easier and a lot more enjoyable to be here.
Coming from the outside trades, working for the city of Pleasanton is very enjoyable. What really excites me is the customer service that the city offers its residents.
The city is known for its parks and open spaces, and those areas just didn't happen. They were planned. Planned and maintained by a group of dedicated employees that take great pride in their jobs and even more in the way the city looks.
Well, I think parks was the real key that we were missing. And a little over a year ago, the Parks Ops and Maintenance came to us. And then just this last fiscal year, the Landscape Division came to us as well, who designs all the infrastructure for the parks and the medians and everything else in town and all of our projects.
As city landscape architect, I'm ultimately responsible for the design and construction of city parks. I have a few other functions as well. With my assistant, Lee Phillips, we administer the city's tree preservation ordinance, and we administer a number of lighting and landscape maintenance districts. Ultimately, we I guess you'd say, give Pleasanton the look that it has through all of the landscape.
We take all the care of all the neighborhood parks, all the community parks, all the sports fields, ball fields, soccer fields, as well as street medians, street trees, trail system, the cemetery. Currently we have 23,000 trees that belong to the city of Pleasanton that we maintain. We have 43 parks, community parks, and neighborhood parks, and about 26 miles of trails.
So we now have that all under one house, where the water that we provide to it, the design and the operations and maintenance is all together. And us all working together has made it much more efficient. They've been a great addition to this department, and I'm just sorry that we didn't do it 10 years before.
Vendor party, great idea. Why haven't I been invited before now? I'm sure that some of the people that I work with are out there in the audience. And I just want to thank the folks that I work with and have worked with over the years, for many years, some of them. I want to thank them very much for putting up with me and for being a part of this organization, which they are.
Well, you know, this is such an important event because I got to tell you, I'm the luckiest guy in the world to have this job because I have the best job in the city. I get to work with the best employees and the best vendors there are. And our department really uses a combination of great employees and great vendors to work together to accomplish all the things we do. And if you think about it, if you take fire and police and admin out of it, everything else is left to us. We take care of the entire city, from the streets and the sidewalks to the buildings to the 42 parks that we have, all the utilities infrastructure, the mechanics and all the fleet. And that's a huge job, and we can't do it alone. And having good vendors that support our mission is vitally important, and we couldn't do it without them.
Happy holidays from the entire operations department, and may you have a safe and happy new year.